Hello everyone, welcome to the first Clayotic After School Club of 2021. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year. I'm delighted to have you here back in the studio in Bay Estate. It's very outside, there was snow here this morning, but I've got the heat on, so it's lovely and warm now. I'm Louise. For some of you that are new to the tutorials, I'm Louise, the founder of Clayotic. Clayotic is the first Irish brand of modelling clay. It doesn't stick to clothes, carpet or hair, and whatever you make you get to keep. So it's a non-messy air drying modelling clay. It's a lovely product. Your parents will love it because it's so clean and therapeutic. As I said, I'm based here in Dundalk. This is my studio, and you can see behind me all the bits, all the creative pieces that I've made over the years, from portraits to flowers to little storage containers. Literally everything and anything can be made with Clayotic but a mess. So I just want to show you a few little things here today. This is a relatively new piece that I'm working on. So remember, as I said, it's air dries. So this is one of the little characters I've made. It's, bear with me, the eye just fell out there recently, but this is called the Cavan doll. Instead of the Russian dolls, it's the Cavan dolls. So this is my nan, Rose Brady. So I'm going to do my mum inside her, and then me, and then my two wee boys. So that's just a little personal piece I'm working on. So again, that's it air dried, so it's quite resilient. It's not going to crack or shatter or anything. That's the beauty of Clayotic, okay? So that's one of the pieces I want to show you today. And then in light of what we're making today, I just wanted to show you what can be done. So this was a coffee container, and I just wrapped the clay around it. So, and then I put a little bit of obviously a little slit, so you can make your own little money boxes. So that's just to show you how you can recycle and you can upcycle. Okay. And then there's a little potted plant, or not a potted plant, a little pot for a plant. And again, I wrapped Clayotic around it, and it's hard and it's resilient. Okay, so there's just a few little tips of what you can be making, and these are relative to what we're making today. So that brings me on swiftly to actually what we are making today. So it's all very exciting. We're going to make this little Venus flytrap kind of a little character. So I'll show you one. These are ones that I obviously made earlier. So something like this. That's the back of it. And you can store your pencil. I'll take him away for a minute. So something like this. We have the container, and then this was included in your pack. So this is to anchor the flower into the container. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's, you got this. You basically got this here, and you got this for week 1. So get that out, and then remember your 3 tools, and always have this, the intro pack. Okay. So it's very important you keep, and we use it bit by bit every week. We just can't be using it willy-nilly, if you know what I mean. You have to, it's part of each week. So we need to use it. Okay, I'm just conscious, I don't know if I'm able to see any comments here. I just want to check. I think I can write something, but I don't know if yous can see. I've just written hi there. I don't know if yous can write or see anything, but I'm not worried too much about that. Okay, but getting back to this, so that is what the little Venus flytrap example 1, and then I did another one last night, Venus flytrap number 2. It's just the same version, or a different version, but similar. So then I'm going to give you a real close up there. So look at the tongue. Oh, great. Thank you. Sophie and James and Dublin. That's great. Thank you, Alvi. That's great. That's great. I'm delighted you can see people's comments. So look at, we have a tongue on this one. And then I've put a little COVID kind of a character so that he's eating the COVID up. You know what I mean? So we can work on that. I might go to stick little eyes on him as well, on the little COVID character. But and then you'll see inside that I just have it anchored in with the hard clay and the pipe cleaner, and then we're going to decorate our little outside cover like that. So I hope that's people are happy enough with that. So that's the second example, and Was there another one I had? I did 3. Oh yeah, there's another one there. Well, he's got blue eyes, but just this is similar but different, if you know what I mean. And again, he's up eating a little COVID-y character in there as well. Okay. Now, so let's get clean. I was going to organize this here and then I'll focus on, you can focus on my hands and the table. And very welcome to all the new people, by the way. I know of Thea in Kilkenny. I've got loads of new kids. So I'm delighted. Thanks very much for signing up and I hope you enjoy it. So I will be going back to the basics every week, as you know, just for newcomers. And going through the basic shapes and the different aspects of what makes a good model, okay? So bear with me. I'm just hi from Kieran Dublin. Great. Okay, so we're going to go starting to make the 3 shapes. This is a practice run, remember. 3 shapes we need to know to make anything from clayotic, okay? And I will go through them now. Start with the first shape, okay? Just going to bring that down. You can see my hands there, can't you? Yeah. So we're going to open up what I've given you. This is the little first tub. So week 1 you should have obviously got. So we're going to just I'm going to take the red because it's just the first one here. This is only a practice run, remember, girls? Yeah. So we're going to roll it. The first shape is a ball. So you roll it in the palm of your hands like this or on the table. I always prefer mine on the palm of my hands, but you can do it on the table, whichever you feel comfortable with. Oh, Sophia and James, that looks brilliant down there in Dublin. Yes, I can see yous are really come on. Fantastic. So then hold up the ball. So mine's a little bit of white on mine. It's going to my palm of my hand. Yeah. That's fantastic. Well done, everybody. That's really, really good work, by the way. Really, really well done. So then we have the ball, the next shape. So when we have the ball, the next shape is called can Bella and Lou out there tell me what it is in Dromiskin? A droplet. Very good. Good girls. So it's a droplet. So you decide where the halfway mark of the ball is and put pressure just on that side. So it's like a teardrop or a raindrop. It's called a droplet. Hold it up now. Wait a minute. This one is tricky enough to perfect. So just keep going and then hold it up like that. Okay? So it looks like a teardrop or a raindrop. It has a fat bottom, remember, and a skinny, skinny top. Okay? So that's our second shape. And then this is a new shape for all you people that have been with me for the other few camps. It's the droplet. So we're just going to use it for today because we need it for our character. So this is one side of the droplet, but you're going to do the other side the same way. It's called a double droplet. So I'm going to hold it up to you. So just have a little think about it there. So once I did one side, then I twisted it over and I did the other side. It's called a double droplet. Okay? So that's just a new shape. So it's good to be able to progress because I know Carmen and some of the older kids out there used to be well able for that. Okay? And then the next shape is a sausage. So I'm going to roll it back to a ball and then roll it into a sausage. A sausage is quite important for this character as well. There's lots of little sausagey shapes I've used in it. And then that's a sausage. That's a simple. So can anybody tell me what were the shapes we used? Ball. Yeah, I can hear you out there in Kilkenny. Droplet, yeah. Double droplet. And sausage. Fantastic. So they're the 4 shapes we're going to use today to make our little character. So that was our little practice run. And remember, every week we'll go over them just to reinforce it into the kids' heads, just what can be made and how you make anything from clayotic, okay? So I'm going to but I'm going to put this back into our container and I'm going to take out the blue and the yellow. So we have the little eyes there. We can take out those eyes as well. And remember, clayotic is an air drying clay. So remember, I'm sometimes naughty as well. I don't put it back in, but you have to keep it back in the tubs so that it remains nice and moist. So I'm going to put that back in. Now, another little thing that some of us know and newcomers might know, that actually clayotic mixes. That's a brilliant thing because you learn about colour theory as well. So you can mix we're gonna start making I'll show you here, the actual head of our Venus flytrap. So we want that green. We want to be able to give that greeny shade. Okay. So I'm going to show you about half of the yellow that you were given, around half of it, okay? And then half, so whatever amount of yellow you have, you go the half of that again in the blue. So you should have double the amount of yellow than you have of the blue. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm just going to set that back in my container for a minute, try and get them joined. So that, and you're going to put them together, and you're going to stretch it, and you're going to fold it. You're going to stretch, and you're going to fold.
It's too waiting. Will it automatically come online? It says live stream offline.
I have some people here showing on it already. Okay, so we'll just stretch and fold like this. Stretch and fold. Stretch and fold and stretch and fold. Okay. So we're doing the blue and the yellow together, blue and yellow, and we're going to get a lovely, lovely green. Okay. Now, when it's all mixed into the green color, see the way mine is lovely and mixed in together? We're going to take a smaller bit away for the base of the Venus flytrap and the larger bit for on top, okay? So I'm just going to show you the quantity. So a smaller bit for the base of his mouth, and this for the larger bit, for the top of his mouth, okay? So I'm going to do the bottom bit first, okay? So into a ball, and then the next shape is the droplet. So over and back. Remember, decide where the halfway mark is, and then go over and back like this. And then twist it around. So it's like that. I want a double droplet like this. Like that. And then we're going to flatten it. So this is the base of the Venus flytrap, his mouth, the bottom of his mouth, basically like that. Now, so it's like that shape. His tongue is going to obviously come down in the middle there. Okay. Now, we're going to just do the top part. So remember, into a ball. And then roll out, decide where the halfway mark is, roll out. And that's the droplet. Remember, we want the double droplet, so we're turning it around and we're doing the same on the other side. Over like that. So I'm just going to pull it into my hand, into the palm of my hand, and just nip it off to make it a little bit more pointier in the bottom and pointier in the top, like that. So something like this. So double droplet with pointy little edges, and then flatten it. Now, so you have that, so you have the bottom, and then you have the top. So the top is obviously bigger than the bottom. Now, and then we're going to work on the teeth, and we're going to work on the tongue of the smaller piece, which is the bottom of the Venus flytrap. Okay, I put him in here just so you can see what I'm doing as I'm going along. Okay. It's not there. Sorry, my little boy has just entered. I don't have it. You didn't bring it with you. Okay? I don't have it. So then with the tongue, you have to roll it into a little ball and then into a sausage. So over and back like that, into a simple little sausage. And then flatten it. Okay, so flatten it like this. Now, and then put it just in the center of where you think the tongue should go. So mine's like that. Okay, and put it away like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do are the teeth. So the teeth, I'm going to use it on the lower. So we're going to do little jaggy teeth around here and around here. So get into your little intro pack, get your white and open it, okay? So I might just take you a few minutes. I just need to close the door here because Noah came in. I left the door open. It's absolutely freezing here in Dundalk. So now all you need again, you just nip away a very small amount of the white, around that amount for all the teeth. So you don't take large amounts because again, you want to keep your clay for the duration of the 5 weeks. Now, so I'm going to use my blackboard. I use this blackboard just for so that it stands out a little bit better. So we're going to go for, out of this amount here, you'll get 4 teeth at least, okay? So divide it, I'm actually going to go with, we'll get 6 teeth. So divide it into 2. Remember, when you're making anything like arms or legs, you start off with a larger piece and divide it into 2. So that's it, divide into 2 equal balls, okay? I'm going to use our tools. So these tools are great. You cut it, do again. So that's 4. And then into 2 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's 6, and they should be equal. So roll 1 into a ball and then a drop. And put it so into a ball and then a droplet. I'm going to hold it up to you now, so don't panic like that. That's good, isn't it? Now, and like that. So you're going to cove character. It's very tiny, as you know. So I'm going to just get clay of around this amount. Let me just show you. So remember, don't like that amount. Okay. You need a small little amount of the yellow, and then because it's even, it'll be easier for us to explain. So I'm going to put the clay back. I'm very bold. I'm not doing that properly. So 8. So I'm going to get you out of the way just for a minute. So into 2, that's 2. That's 4 and a half. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a great way of learning about division as well using clayotic. You know, you start from a large bit and you can divide it up, keep dividing. So that's a very good tip as well. So we're going to do 8 little pointy bits here. So I'm just going to make sure you can see. 1, tiniest. See the way you went from large to small. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, and 8. Some of them are a little bit bigger, but sure, we'll not worry too much. 8. I've got 8 of them all together. So I'm just going to hold it out like this, just like this here. 1, 2. Can you see? I'm just going to hold it up See, I'm going to do all around the outline. So bear with me while I do it. You'll need to concentrate yourselves. So just concentrate and we'll all get through it together, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mightn't use actually those other two. I'm going to just leave them for the time being because I don't think it's necessary. So I'm bringing back this to show you. I'm just going to get rid of those two for now. Look, I'm bringing those back and we're just sticking it on like that. Okay? Everybody happy with that? Brilliant. Okay, now we're going to start off with the top part of the head. So look at mine. Remember we had the double droplet and then we flattened. Now we're going to stick on the lovely eyes. So I'm going to put my eyes. Let me just see which way this is going to go for me. I'm going to keep the longer kind of part for the back of the head. So the longer part is this part here. So the eyes will go up here. Now, so I've got the eyes that were in your pack, putting them in and putting them in like that. Okay? See? I need to squish mine down when I see mine. That doesn't look too good. I'm going to squish it in a little bit better. Now, and now I'm going to add some yellow. Again, I'm going to mix more yellow and a tiny bit of the blue to make a little bit of a green outline. So going back into our little tubs, and I've stuck my red to the blue, which is great, but don't worry, we can mix them to make a nice purple later on, so nothing is lost. So I'm going to add, so let me just show you around this amount of yellow, okay, and half again of the blue. Just so I want a different tone of green for the outside, kind of for the lip, yeah? So then we go stretch and fold. Remember? Stretch and fold, stretch and fold, stretch and fold, stretch and fold. And we should get a nice colour of green. So blue and yellow, just to reiterate the point, blue and yellow will make green. So we're learning something, haven't we? Learned a few wee things today, I'm hoping. It's nice to have kind of different shades of green. Actually, mine is quite similar. So I'm actually going to mix a little bit more of the yellow, just make it a little bit lighter. You can add a little bit more of the darker blue if you so wish you want it darker. But again, it's just to give it a slight variation. It's nice to be able to give different tones to your characters. It'll make it look more professional. Okay, so when we have that finished, we're going to then roll out a little sausage, so it'll go from here to here. So I'm rolling it into a ball and then into a sausage for the outline. I'm just going to get rid of that so you can see it. Now, I'm just going to make sure. And I've made a green that's exactly the same shade as I previously made. It's just unbelievable, because if I was trying to do that, I wouldn't be able to, but that's just life, isn't it? So look, at my lip and my green are very similar in tone, but that's just the way it's going to happen today. And now I'm going to put just a couple of little teeth. So I'm going to hold it up and we're going to do a few little teeth here and here. So again, back to the white. So a very small amount, remember, of the white. So around this amount again, remember? And I'm just going to give it 2 top teeth, I think. 2 top teeth. So 1, 2, and they're going to be quite big. So I'm just going to do, again, use it, the designers. You can decide, do you want to do 2? You can do 3, you can do 4, whatever you want. But for now, I'm going to just do 2, okay? So 1 there and 1 just there like that. Okay, so look at. They're the two teeth. Now, let me just see. So you just will perfect that, and I'll just stick this onto this guy here. So you see? I've just joined it. Don't flatten it. I've just joined it to the back. Look at the back of it. See? Look at. And then that's it to the front. Okay? And there's the little eyes up there. Okay. So mine's looking good. The only thing I forgot is that one thing I did forget is the actual little eyes on the little character in his mouth. So I'm going to get, remember, tiny bit of white. So around that amount, and then divide it into two. And you'll get two. I'm going to give it kind of googly eyes, just so it gives it again a little bit of character and animation. So don't worry, I'll turn it around to you. So it's on the COVID character. I'm putting the eye, the white of the eye. Everybody getting on okay there? Yeah? Great. So we have the little white of the eye there, and I'm just going to get the tiny bit of blue. I've got some blue. You should have some blue left over. So we're going to put it in there into the center. Just to go white and blue, just so it stands out a little bit. It looks like a little character. You happy? Now the eyes are on, the lips are done. She's looking lovely lips, and you have the little character there. So let me just see it. Yeah, that's actually looking good. Yeah. So this is the next part of the project, is the tub. So this is the little, obviously the empty clayotic tub. We're going to start off with the base. So doing a sausage all around the base of it. So I'm going to take, now we should have some red. Obviously, you have to go easy with this. If you're running out of colours, you can use some of these here as well. But go easy. You don't want to waste all your colours. So into a ball, and we're going to roll into a sausage. So roll into a long sausage, because you want to wrap it around from the front to the back of the pot. Okay. So I'm going to do it. I marked mine here. I don't know if you can see from right there to there. I did that just when I was doing my just when I was practicing my character before I came on here. So I know roughly the size that I need of each sausage. So it's around, I'll show you here, around that amount. You can see, can you? I'll just hold it there like that. Around that amount. And then I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to start off at the bottom. So you wrap it around. And it goes like this. So like that. Everybody looking? And if you want to get it extra flat, you can just roll it on the table or wherever you're doing it. Roll it on the table. Whoops, mine's actually too big. So I'm going to just cut a bit. If it's too big, like mine there, I'm just going to cut it. And just take a bit off. So look, I'm taking off the bit of the back just to make it a little bit tighter. So let me just work that again. So around. So around like this. I don't know why it's not, yeah. The kids are always usually actually really good at this. When I was doing the real life workshops, the kids could always manage this much better than I can. I don't know, is it my hands or what I do? Like that. So you want the base basically to sit like that. So you start off with one, and once you just kind of have the bottom one done, it's important to spend a little bit of time doing that, because then all the others will adhere to the base. Okay. Maybe it's the temperature in the studio today, but anyway. So I'm going to use that as part of my design. I knotted it kind of back in itself, but you want it flattened and then attached to it like that, something like that. Now I'm going to use the blue that I have left over as well. So I'm going to roll into a sausage. So I'm going to get that out of the way. So roll the next color I'm using is blue into a lovely sausage. So something like that. I'm just going to around that length, okay? And I'm just going to see, hopefully it'll stick. Yeah, and that one's too short. So I'm going to just add a little bit. It's going like that. And remember, with clayotic, there's a slight shrinkage in it, so it will adhere to it better. You know, mine is a little bit bigger, but it'll shrink within a couple of days and it'll stick much better to it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of extra there of blue, just to bond it, just to make sure it's all okay. Now the next color again I'm going to use is a little bit of yellow, and again, as I said, if you don't have all the yellow, you can dip into this pot here, okay, into our intro pack just to show you, okay. Now, so I'm going to go with my yellow and do it again into a, what's the word? Into a sausage, great, and then wrap it around. So these are the primary colours that we're using. So they're very good all together in the sense that they're very, they're very vibrant. The red, the yellow and the blue, they always look really good together. I used it in my brand. It's just a good fun kind of a colour combination. So there you go. We've red, we've the blue, and now we're going to get the yellow. And I'm going to hope, actually this is a little bit too slim or too short, but it's okay because there's almost a bounce. Or sorry, there's a stretch to clayotic, as you know, so you can stretch it. That looks much better now. Yeah, it's just my red. My first one was very so weird. It wouldn't stick. So there, anyway, that looks okay now. And I'm going to go back to my red again, which caused me trouble initially, but it should be okay this time. So remember, into a ball. And then the sausage. So what we're doing is basically we're just decorating a plastic container to make it much more attractive, and you can use clayotic to upcycle any of your old containers that you have at home. So it's very versatile. So again, around and around, nice, nice, and nice. And I'm going to just add again, look, it's not... there's not enough of the red, so I'm going to add a little bit extra just to the back. Remember, you can you could do it almost rainbow. Whoops, if you have the time, or when you're doing it, you can do it a rainbow color combination. But I'm just going to stick with the basics now. Okay. So what did I do? I did red, blue, yellow. So I'm just going to stick with that combination now. Into a ball, and then again into the sausage,
Hello, Mama.
Hello, Noah.
We went to the park.
Oh, good man. That's my little boy in again, Noah. That's just all going on here today, just with childcare and everything with the situation. That's the way it is. Okay, so then I'm going to just look, I have my blue. So again, I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to wrap it around. And I'm going to wrap this one, just a little bit of blue to it because I've just run short. So again, you can just add to it. Now, so like that, is everybody okay? I'm just going to take a little minute time out just to think about what we've done. So we're still decorating our lovely pot. like that. We're perfecting. We're going to be fantastic at making the sausages by the end of this task, aren't we? Now, so then the next thing we're going to do, I'm just going to do another yellow one, and then we're going to do the top. I mightn't do, we'll see about time, whatever, but obviously you have all the time in the world. You can go up to the top. But remember, when you're using this, only take little bits from it. Don't use it all up. It's not just for this task, it's for the 5 or the other 4 weeks we have. So just be mindful of that, because I think at the last workshops at the end, people had run out of the colours. So we'll just go now, keep going with the yellow. So we're doing great. We're doing fabulous with time as well. Now, again, I'm just going to close this door because Noah came in there and didn't close the door. Now, so everything takes like time, nothing, if you want to make everything look good, you have to take your time, be considerate of your design ideas. So you just be mindful, when you want to be, if you ever want to be artists, you have to just think about things and take time to do things, everything just to the best you can. Now, so look at it again. So that's looking good. And I'm going to put yellow. I didn't do it long enough, but no bother. I just do my sausage again and attach it. Now, so that's looking very good now, even if I do say so myself. Now I'm going to just skip a few little things. You don't have to do it all, and maybe if you're limited with clay, you could just do one more little rim. This is what I'm going to do at the top. So I'm going to use a yellow, and I'm going to just outline this to give it a more professional finish, because you see the way the tub is a little bit, there's 2 levels there, so we just want to level it off. So again, I'm going to use the yellow and I have a little bit of green in it, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to mix it. It doesn't really matter. And you're going to roll it into a big sausage and do the top of the rim. Okay? So over and back, over and back, over and back. And see the way, I'll just show you mine. I don't know if you have the same effect of mine, but I've got the little bit of green and yellow, and it's quite attractive. So then, like, mistakes and things can be actually added, it sometimes will work in your favor. So I'm going to add like that and like that. So it's the little pot top. And then do the same for I just did half cover there. Now, and you're going to do the same in the other half. Now, so like that, like that. Okay, and you're going to get, so you have your rim done. I'm going to get this tool here. So this is a great tool, the flat edge. And we're going to indent, 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 indent. Look at in, all the way around, like that. Like that, like that, like that, all the way around. In, so it's in. I'm going to show you now when I've finished. Now, like that. Okay. So, and then I'm just going to finish my bit. Sorry, that isn't long enough. So I'm going to stretch, 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 and then join it up. Okay, so then whatever I gave you this thing here, okay? So you can take off the week 1, that's not important, obviously. So I want to gauge how small or big mine is. So mine's actually fitting in nice, but I know some of them are much smaller. It's just whatever dry clay. It's a good way of using up your dry clay. It's like an oasis, if you understand, for flower arranging as well. So it's very, very good. Now I'm going to add a little bit. I have a little bit of yellow and blue left from my original kit. So I'm going to mix them together. And you're going to, well, I'm going to just see what kind of colour combination I come up with. Because it'll be green, but it'll be a darker green. So over and back. Over and back. Over and back like that. And you want it. This my colour of green is a little bit, it's quite bluey dark. It's kind of almost, it's nice. It's quite, look, I'll just show you up like that. Okay. And we're going to wrap it around the top bit. If you don't have enough, you don't have to do the whole entire pipe cleaner, but I'm just going to do a little bit anyway to show you. Like that, okay? And you don't want to get it, you want it nice and, you know, close to the pipe cleaner as you can get. Like that. And then like this. Now, like that there. So nice and tight to the pipe cleaner. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to do it all. I just don't have really the clay. So I'm just going to just leave it like that. Just like that. Okay. So that's stuck in. Now the only thing is what I did with mine, I'm going to just come back to this little head here. I'm not 100% happy with it. See the way it's a little bit flat in every respect. So I'm going to get yellow. So in those, if you haven't any yellow left, take a tiny bit of yellow from this here. And you're going to do little polka dots, okay? Little polka dots. I'm just going to have to go out here. My kids are shouting. Just one moment, please. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's just childcare that they're just going. Now, so then we're going to mix and we're going to fold like this. And you're going to make them. I'm just doing little polka dots on the actual little character, okay? So I've just used as much or as little as you can get. I've got around that much spare, so I'm going to make it into little polka dots. Five. I'm going to do 5 here, and then I'm going to do the eyelids. So there's 5, okay? So just to make it a little bit more exciting, and then you flatten it and that. So that it looks just a little bit more interesting with the different types of tones of green and yellow, whatever you have there. Now. And then I'm going to get a little sausage, just a small sausage. Again, you can use the yellow or whatever you have to wrap it around.
Oh, you're speaking to everyone.
Wrapping around the eye.
Yeah. Oh, bye.
Just like that there.
Bye. I'm going to turn your head off you there.
Now. Okay. So something like that, just to give it a little bit more of an interest, basically. Okay. Now. And then when you have these little tools here, so these are great tools here. They actually, see the little pointy bits in there? They are just to insert. So it's like little, you can just insert it like that. Like that there, okay? And I'm going to give it another little leaf. So the leaf is going to come out off our little pot. I'm going to put a little leaf here as well, because I had that in my original design. So look at it, just a little leaf that'll come out at the side. So we've got our head done. We have our little pot. Now you can be still going ahead with your pot and doing all your lines or your little sausagey pieces. I just stopped at that point, but we're going to do our little leaf. So take some of the green, or if you have more of the green from the little character, use that. But you can mix, open up my little pot here. So just take around this amount, nothing too big. Now, so remember, into a ball. And can anybody tell me what shape there would be for a leaf? Yeah? A droplet, yeah, very good. So remember, into a ball. So we've perfected those 3 shapes now, particularly the sausage during this tutorial. So into a ball. And then we're going to decide where the halfway mark is and then roll it, remember. Turn it into a droplet. And we're going to flatten it down. So we're going to flatten it, like this. Okay. And then get this knife here, and it's just kind of doing the veins of the actual leaf. So down, like that. I'm going to put it onto my black tray. Now, and then up, down, down, down. Down, 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 and then up, up. So I'm going to just do that slowly there, like that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so like that, and then we're going to indent more, just so again giving you more little idea of it being realistic. See the way I went in, I went up, in, like that. Like that, that, like that, like that. Okay? And the other side as well. In, and in. So it's like that. Like that. Okay? So again, this here. Now, I'm not sticking my head on. I know you kids love that, but it's just it takes for a time for it to dry. And if you want to have something that's semi-professional, don't stick the head on. I'll show you what you do, but I would prefer if you could leave it even for, just for tonight or for a few hours, and then you assemble it tomorrow. It would just make it a little bit more professional. So my leaf is going to go, I can stick our leaf on. So like that. Actually, I'm just going to just choose your better side. I'm going to have to put mine the wrong side. I'm going to choose this for the front, yeah. Now. Okay. Now. So there, look at my front there, the front of the pot. Again, you can keep on going higher and higher up if you want. And that's probably what you could do. And then if you don't want to finish it off completely with the sausage, if it's getting a little bit monotonous, you can just do a few little dots to vary it. So again, you can use it from your intro set, a few little dots like this, press it and in. Okay. Like that and in. So dots. So it's sticking nicely to that yellow base, if you know what I mean. If you see it there, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Like that. Okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to just do the edge, or sorry, the whole sides of this one here. I'm just using the clay basically that I haven't used for the whole entire model. So that's a good way of getting rid of it as well. Not getting rid of it, but utilising it, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm hoping everything on your side is going good. I have a YouTube, I have a Facebook page. It's a private members club, but you can request to be a member. And if you want to showcase any of your kids' clayotic creations that they've made during the after school club, I'd love to see them. It just gives me just joy to see all the little characters being made and to see it from my mind to your kids' creations. It's lovely to see it. So all out there like that. Okay, and I might just do one more little, because I have this left over, and then if you mix red and blue, you will get, can anybody tell me? Bella over there? Yeah, you get purple, exactly. Just to my phone, because I had some leftover, so you can do your own. By mixing, you'll get all the different, again, shades and tones. Now, so I'm going to show you then when the head is dry. So that's my front there. That's the front of the little pot, basically. There's the leaf, there's the stem. You're going to get a little, one of those, again, get your little tool. And tomorrow, when it's dry, insert a little hole there. And then stick in the head, like that. So I'm just going to put it like that. I'm going to have to just show it up to me because it's quite difficult for me to just be able to show you. Yeah, so just when it's dry, it's just easier for when it's dry, but I know the kids will want to be able to do that. And then it'll become a little permanent keepsake, and you can put your pencils, whatever you want, your little rubbers, your pears, whatever you want on your desk onto it. So it is quite cute. It's just like a little monster plant. Yeah? Listen to you there. Okay. So listen, that concludes our first tutorial. I hope you all liked it. Yeah, it was an experience for me being on YouTube. I'm hoping I'll be able to see some comments and be able to rectify that if you couldn't comment next week. But thanks so much now. Thank you all so much for that. And apologies for my kids coming in, but it's just the way it is in with the current situation. And what else I was going to say to you? Oh yeah, so next week then, what are we doing next week? We are making, is it 2 characters next week? Yeah. So again, keep practicing. And if you want to send me your little pictures request, it's called Clip Made. Okay. So thank you so much. We love the class. Thanks, Alvi. Thank you very much. Yeah, so listen, stay safe and stay well. And all being well, I will see all of you hopefully next week. And I really hope you enjoy the class. Listen, thank you so much. All the best. Bye. Bye-bye.